Good afternoon, everyone. Hope you all are having a great day so far. So today I have in front of me what looks to be a package from Mangoal. This is one of their samples, which their marketing team has shipped out to me. So in today's video, we will be going through a full unboxing, installation, and review of Mangoal's dash cam product here. In the interest of full disclosure, this product was provided to me directly from Mangoal for my unbiased opinion and review. So once again, Mangoal Tech, thank you very much for this opportunity, and let's go ahead and get started. Before we start on the unboxing, over here on the mangoaltech.com website, they sell a variety of next-level OEM style dash cams, which have a unique design to better fit, just like the original mirror, directly to your vehicle. They also advertise a G sensor, as well as 24-hour parking monitoring, and 4K resolution. The recorded picture remains clear in 4K resolution, regardless of whether it's day or night. As you go through the website, you could see more information regarding its mounting, the before and after shots, for example, here. And they sell a variety of dash cams for various common vehicles. In this particular case, we are looking at the Cadillac XT5 for the 2018 model year, which they have several choices for as well. So if you're interested in a product like this, feel free to visit their website, look at their dash cams, and see if they have one applicable to your vehicle model year. However, with all that being said, let's go ahead and proceed with the unboxing. This box is covered in this sort of clear packing material. Alright, we have removed the plastic. Let's go ahead and slide it out from this top piece. And over here on top is the box. Removing the lid, it seems that we have a message here. When there's an app connection problem, please refer to the following instructions to solve it. And then it shows some instructions on how to connect to the application itself. When you visit any of their products pages, you will see the section that says built-in Wi-Fi free app. It shows that the built-in Wi-Fi owns higher definition and faster download speed, and the free user-friendly app makes it convenient to view real-time videos on your phone, downloading or transferring imports and footage to PC. You can also share videos on social media with friends or families whenever you want. However, in general, I will say that it is very smart to include something like this in the packing material, so that if the end user has any kind of problem or incompatibility with the application on either iOS or Android, they can go ahead and take a look at this and try to make it work. They also included some information here prior to installation. In addition to auto-dimming interior rear view mirror power adapter and OBD, Mangoal will also include the third type of GMB 3-pin rain sensor capable for the original car, with a 3-pin rain sensor. So you would need to remove the sensor cover. If you can see the black 3-pin rain sensor module as below. So I'm sure documentation like this will vary depending on the vehicle which you're operating with, since different vehicles will have different configurations regarding how their mirror is attached, as well as where these rain sensors are located. I think it's also good that they indicate this does not support parking monitoring. Some further information here indicates then you can choose this GMB 3-pin rain sensor cable to get power. Use the T20 screw tool included in the package to remove the interior rearview mirror, then pull out the 3-pin plug and use the GMB 3-pin rain sensor Y cable to connect the wiring harness. So once again, for the inexperienced user, it is a good thing that they are including tools in the packaging so you're able to do these things as well. So far, so good. And of course, please turn off the car before installation to avoid car failure alarm. It also shows that this harness does not support parking monitoring. Going a little bit further into the packaging, it looks like we have some type of user manual along with 2 zip ties and this qualified certificates. Let's go ahead and place that over to the side for now. And over in this bottom packaging here, we have a trim removal tool, it looks like, as well as some harnesses that are labeled, which we will go further into in a bit, as well as it looks like the Torx tool included here. Moving along, on the bottom here, it looks like we have one of the cameras with one of those typical power cables and some adhesive. And over here on the top, pulling this back slightly, it looks like we have a custom mounting bracket, which feels to be a good quality. It doesn't seem like it was 3D printed or anything like that. The plastic is definitely different. The machined edges feel a little bit rough, however, they are serviceable. There are some random marks here and there from the machining process, which is to be expected. Some locking tabs on the side, which seem to be quite strong and in good condition as well. So for a custom part, this does seem to be quite high quality. And as we could see from the side, it is quite thick as well. It's not very flexible, but I'm sure that with enough force, it could break just like any other piece of ABS plastic. Going further into the packaging, we have the rest of the housing here, which is customized to fit this particular vehicle. Their other dash cams are also customized to fit OEM to those other vehicles mentioned earlier as well. It looks like there is a power button here on the top, as well as some kind of camera button. Over here on the side, it looks like there is a slot for an SD card. The other side is blank. And surprisingly, the machined edges on this plastic feels a lot smoother. It seems like more attention to detail was done on this piece rather than the other one. These locking sections seem to be in good condition as well, and it is a very hard plastic. None of this feels 3DS printed. It feels like it was machined almost to OEM quality. We have a GPS cable here, as well as our power plug harness, and it looks like the rear camera plug is here as well. So it seems like this kit has included a front camera, as well as a rear camera for this particular vehicle. Other than that, there's nothing further in the box. So let's go ahead and take a look at that user manual to see if we could get any more information on how to install this product. So here we have the user manual, OEM style dash cam, tailor for your car. Please read model MG0XXX with some version numbers down here, I suppose. User manual by Mangoal Tech. It looks like on the second page, it shows the same information that was shown in the small flyer they included regarding installing the mobile application. And over here we have an index indicating various information that we will probably need. It looks like there is an installation section as well, turning your camera on and off, using Wi-Fi feature, shortcuts, LED status. Looking through this, it seems pretty thorough. However, for now, let's go ahead to the installation section on page 15 and see what they say. Here's the unit structure and its appearance. Shows that the Mangoal OEM style dash cam is customized to fit different models. The disassembly, assembly, power supply, and wiring methods vary depending on the specific model's original car accessories. Okay, so it looks like this instruction or user manual would be for multiple different types of vehicles, and the actual installation process will vary depending on your vehicle. However, regarding the actual installation itself, just flipping through here, it doesn't look like one is provided for this vehicle. So for those of you who are looking for a step-by-step process, you will probably have to rely on tutorial videos like this. I don't own every car in their fleets, so I'm not probably going to be able to make a video. Other YouTubers probably will be able to. For now, we will just have to be satisfied with the XT5 installation process. So if you're inexperienced with removing trim pieces or wiring dash cams in general, then this is not exactly user-friendly. But then again, there aren't that many pieces, and you could probably figure it out if you take your time. So moving along from here, let's go ahead and begin with the installation. So here we are in the interior of the vehicle, and starting from the front by the rear view mirror, we will need to remove this plastic housing so that we are able to install the new housing that was included in the kit along with the camera. After you remove the original housing, it will come apart into pieces like this. There are a couple of locking tabs here on the side that engage in these two holes down here on the original housing, and they will need to be pressed inward in order for this piece to disengage from the rest of the plastic housing. After you do so, the entire piece should just slide out quite easily. In front of me, I have the old housing on the left and the new housing on the right. The new housing has this front dash cam integrated into the molding, as we have described previously, and it also has its own unique locking plates, which will slot in to those two holes. This new housing also has these camera cables which need to be connected for the camera to work, and it looks like for this particular camera assembly, you will only have the option of powering this device through either the OBD2 ports or through this auto-dimming interior rear view mirror power adapter. It's unfortunate that they did not include some type of fuse tap wiring harness, though I would imagine running it from the rear view mirror down to the interior fuse box location may be quite difficult. In any case, this is serviceable. I have no need for parking monitoring at this time. If I feel that strongly about it, I could probably wire something up to reach that fuse box later in the future. Let me know if you would like to see a video on that modification, and I could consider working on it. But for now, we will go ahead and use this auto-dimming interior rear view mirror power adapter. Using the included harness, we will connect this end of the GMB wire to the power plug on the camera itself. Then on the mirror, we will disconnect this harness from the housing. We will plug it into our included harness and plug the other end of the harness back into the housing, like so. We will finally plug in the end of the power harness labeled GMA2T5A directly into the power plug of the front dash camera assembly. During the installation of the new housing, there are going to be 4 clips which you will need to place pressure on the housing for the new housing to clip into place. 2 of them are going to be at the front and 2 of them are going to be at the rear. The front ones are going to be secured on either side of this housing with pressure, and the back 2 clips on this side and on that side will also need pressure for the housing to clip into place. There is an optional GPS cable. However, I did not receive this item in the package, so along with the typical cable management, I will put it back into place and then close this up. So I finally managed to get the entirety of this housing clipped into place. However, I will provide one word of caution. When you are placing this housing on, it will be significantly easier to place the larger piece of the housing, which includes the camera, on first, and then placing this locking piece on top, and then securing the entire unit into place. If you try to secure this initial large piece first and then place this cover on, you will have a very difficult time closing this back up due to the cable routing. Additionally, I have routed the rear camera over here to the side so that we can run the cable for this along the left frame of the door later. Before we proceed, we can go ahead and follow these instructions to install the application to start the car and connect to our camera. After connecting to the camera's Wi-Fi, we can go ahead and remove the tape from the lens, and we can now see that the camera seems to be working and power is being delivered to it. You can insert your included memory card into the side of the device. And once the memory card is formatted, you should be able to use it to record and capture any events. You can also navigate to camera settings and change a variety of the functionality here as well. And this is a view of what the camera looks like in landscape mode. It seems to be good for what it is. Alright, so now that the front camera is mounted, we can go ahead and connect to the rear camera and mount the rest of the cable along the headliner toward the back of the vehicle. While doing so, be mindful of the A-pillars as well as the other pillars on the rest of the vehicle, as they typically contain an airbag. After you have routed the rear camera cable to the back of the vehicle and to the rear window, you can go ahead and turn the vehicle on to determine the proper camera orientation. Now that we have determined the proper camera orientation, we can rotate the camera as needed to get a better viewing angle and mount the camera to the vehicle using the included double-sided tape. Finally, using the application, we can toggle between the front camera and the back camera by touching this button. There are many more features in the application to investigate, however, I'll leave that up to you. And there you have it. That was the overall unboxing, installation, and general review of Mangoal's integrated OEM dash cam for the front and the rear of the XT5 2017 through 2019 series. While the lack of a hard wiring solution is very disappointing, as well as there only being a 30 frames per second option on this model of camera, I do appreciate that this solution adds minimal bulk while being included in the overall OEM frame of the interior plastic parts of the vehicle. And if Mangoal Tech can continue to make cameras such as this for other types of vehicles, then it may be worth investigating and seeing if they have an option for your vehicle as well. But overall, I do think this is a very good product. It has a wide range of features, it has very good resolution as well, and the installation process is more or less similar to other products on the market. However, there are other well-known products, such as the Blackview dash cams, which offer greater graphical fidelity at a higher frame rate or close to a similar price point. So that should be something to consider in your purchasing decision prior to taking a look at this product. But in any case, I do appreciate this company pursuing this overall integration into the existing parts of the vehicle. I think it is a good step forward. And as long as they can improve their cameras along with that, as well as providing a hard wiring solution, I think this could be a very competitive product in the market. So once again, thank you all for watching. If you have any questions, feel free to post those in the comments below, and also feel free to like the video if it has helped you in any way. Also, please consider subscribing as it helps out the channel a lot. But in any case, thank you all for watching, and I hope you all have a great day. Take care.